Hi everybody, this is Debbie from Creekside Art Studio, and I just wanted to show you what we're going to be painting today. This is the rock. We're going to be doing a mandala in reds, oranges, and yellows, and some white to brighten up your day. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoy this and would like to see more of these videos, and hit the bell button so you'll know that you'll get notified when I release a new video, which I'm doing about once a week. Not on a regular schedule yet, but we'll see about that. This is Creekside Art Studio for You on YouTube. I also have an Etsy shop, Creekside Art Studio for You on Etsy, and you can come see my stones. Please do watch to the end and share the video as much as you like. And I'd also appreciate comments. If you would like to have me do certain colored stones or certain new designs or show you more detail, or if there's certain things you'd like to learn or certain things you're having trouble with, I'd be happy to help. I do a lot of dot videos, a lot of dot rocks, a lot of dot mandala paintings, and not a lot of videos yet because I'm learning how to do the videos. So please bear with me on the video portion and my technique in videos, but I think you'll learn something from my dot painting. Enjoy your day, and here's the rest of the video. Hello everybody, I wanted to do a dot painting video for you again today. This is just going to be a simple mandala. I painted a little gray stone black to get it started, and I kind of eyeballed a little dot in the center. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I'm going to start with some white paint on my dotting tool and just place that down in the middle. It's pretty close to the center of the stone. Doesn't have to be exact. We're just having fun and enjoying some artwork, something you can do at home during the virus time, or just entertain yourself, or something new to learn. So then I'm going to place a little dot with a toothpick around the center. I'm on a little turntable, which you can get on Amazon. If you are interested in getting one of the turntables, I'll try to put a link to that in the description on this video. But it is not something I'm going to be making any money on. I'm not trying to profit from that. I'm not affiliated with anybody. These videos are really for you more than for me. For me, they're a fun experience, something new for me to try during the coronavirus downtime. But the dotting is something I've been doing for years now, and I wanted to be able to share it with people that are interested in learning how to do it or interested in seeing how I do it. So that's the first round of dots. The next color I'm going to do is called Sunny Day, and it is a apple barrel paint. Let me shake it up a little bit. It's a lighter yellow, not a super light yellow, but it's nice and bright and sunny. This is the color of it. I'm trying to show you on my video here. And I'm just going to use a small dotting tool, the white dotting tool, the smaller end of the white, and I'm going to dip it into the yellow and just put a little dot of that close to two of the previous white dots, but a little bit away from it. You want to show some of the black through. It kind of shows off the dots. It's like taking advantage of negative space. So this is an easy mandala for you to practice learning on. Now we're going to get a little bit bigger dot. For the next color I'm going to try is an orange color, but I'm going to mix it. It's just called orange, and it's also it's a Craft Smart orange. I'm going to mix that in with the yellow to make the color in between. So I'm taking my palette and I'm just going to mix those two together to make it a little bit lighter. You can also purchase the correct colors, but if you don't have them at home, you can take your basic colors and mix a yellow with an orange, and it comes out to kind of a light, brighter shade of, I'm not sure exact, peach maybe colored or coral color. So then I'm going to take my dotting tool. I'm using the other end of the blue, the larger end of the blue dotting tool, and I'm going to put a dot of that in between each one of those yellow ones. We're just going for a very bright, sunny mandala coloring on stones, a natural stone painted black. And I'm doing this because we have a cloudy day going here today, and I am in the need of something bright and sunny. So that's what we're doing. So I'm dotting by placing this little rounded dot into the paint, onto the rock. Go back and redot any of them that need to be a little bit rounder, a little bit larger. Maybe add a little more paint that way. Okay, then I'm going to take my toothpick and I'm going to add a small little dot of that color in between each one of those little orange ones that we just did. Same color that we're painting before. Just putting a smaller dot in between each one of those. Okay. So that is done. Next, we're going to add just the pure orange itself. And I'm going to use the green dotting tool and the largest end of that one. And I'm going to add, just in line with that last little dot we did, I'm going to add a big orange dot. I hope you can see this okay on the video. You just kind of eyeball it to line it up. I don't draw any lines. We're doing this for fun and art and beauty and to learn something new and to brighten our day. But perfection would be wonderful. It's not the goal. Okay, I'm going to take the other side of the green, which has a smaller end to it. This is the side we just used. Now we're going to go to this side, hoping it's coming out on the video, and I'm going to do a small dot in between each one of those of the same color of orange. I think you get an idea of the little pattern I'm using today. Very easy, simple, fun, and yet beautiful. Okay, so now we're in the pure orange, and we're going to go to red. And I'm going to mix the red. This red I'm using today is Flag Red. It's Apple Barrel. And it is, I'm going to mix it in with the orange. Excuse my elbow there. So, putting some of the red in with the orange. And I'm going to stir that up and create a bit of a reddish orange. Okay, and I'm going to use the same size dotting tool that I just used, which was the green, the largest green end. And I'm going to dip that into the new color we just created. And put a dot in line with the smaller of the orange dots that we created before. Make this one a little bit bigger. I usually do these towards me, so now I'm going to fix it towards me. Hold on one second. I'm trying to make it easier for you to see that on the video, but sometimes it comes out a little bit not as round or as large as a dot as I would like. So I'm gonna do these next to me so I can see it a little bit better. Normally you can get the right size dotting tool and just place it down and up, but since I am using only my manicuring dotting tools that you can get on Amazon, they don't all come in the large enough size for what I'm trying to create today. So I'm going to make the dots larger by adding more paint and kind of enlarging it by touching it on the sides to make it grow. So I'm making each dot grow a little bit larger than this dotting tool wants it to be. Okay, pretty close in size. Now, I've got a nice pretty little start on this. And on this one, we're also going to add small dots on in between with the other end of the green. But this time I'm going to add 2 dots in between. So just 1 dot on one side and 1 dot on the other. Just use your, just kind of eyeball it to line it up. You can use stencils, you can draw lines ahead of time. Most of the time I don't, but when I'm doing these for my professional rocks to sell on my Etsy shop, which is called Creekside Art Studio for you also, that I tend to sit in a place with perfect lighting and a real stable, just the perfect height chair, and I can really see everything really well. And but this is more for your benefit to see than it is for mine. Okay, now I'm going to take the red and I'm going to just make it the pure red now. And I'm going to add it's just a little bit brighter red, and I'm going to make a dot of that. Now what I need to do is I do need to get a larger tool. So I'm going to use one of my tools that this is from the Pittsburgh transfer punch set, and it makes a real nice circle. I'm just going to put the flat end into the paint, and then I'm going to dot just in between 2 of the circle dots we did. It's not coming out much larger, in fact less large than the one we did before, so we'll see. I think it's going to come out just right though for what we want to do, because after we do this we're going to walk the dots, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. So I'm giving myself plenty of space in between each of the dots. Let me make that one a little bit rounder. There we go. So the orange that's in the color above, I mixed more red than orange, so it didn't come out a great shade different than just the natural red that we're using now, unmixed, the flag red. But it'll come out pretty when we're done, because we're going to add some top dots, and you'll see what we'll do when we do that. But the first dots have to dry. Okay, so we've gone all the way around with red dots. Most of them are about the same size. I'm going to fix a couple of them that are a little bit smaller than the others. Okay, one more. Make that one just a little larger. All right, wipe off the end of my tool. Then, with my pink dotting tool, I'm going to take a little drop of the white, and I'm going to go around each one. Put the stone in the center of this and put a little dot on the outside of each one of those red dots. And the white I'm using is a vanilla white. You can get a bright white or a pure white. There's many other whites you can get. This is one I happen to have on hand. Then, with my yellow dotting tool, we're going to try that one. I'm going to walk the dots. So to do that, I'm just going to go from that first white dot that I did and walk up without adding any more paint to my dotting tool until it's time to start over on the other side. Okay, so we're walking up each side. I'm getting about 5 dots on mine. It depends on the size of your tool. You can do this with a toothpick, or you can do this with a little dotting tool like I'm using. You can do this with any little small pointed object. I've even tried using straight pins. It tends to be the tiniest little dot you can imagine. Maybe a little bit too small. I'm going to wipe off the end of the tool so I can keep going with about the same size dots. What a pretty little look it's getting. Okay, walking around on both sides of each dot. One more to go. No, 2 more to go. I can't count today. Almost there, guys. I think it's about to start raining outside. I'm in Washington State. And the skies are getting darker and darker outside. And the last side. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take the colors that we had before, not starting with the red because we already had that one, and I'm going to take my, I'm trying to see which size I want to use, I guess the green dotting tool, and I'm going to place it in the red and orange mix that we did before, and I'm going to place a dot right below the red dot from the row above. Am I making any sense when I speak? Okay, what I'm trying to say is that the circle of red that we have above, I'm placing a reddish orange dot just below that dot in between the walked dots, the white dots we just placed on the rock. And you don't have to use the same colors I'm using. This is just technique teaching and basic teaching. These are the colors I chose today to brighten my day. You can use any colors you want. The next color we're going to use is the bright orange. Let me get that poured into my case, and I'm going to go a size smaller in the dotting tools. I think I'll choose the white one, and I'm going to dip it into the orange, and I'm going to put a dot of that. Beneath each one of the ones we just did. Looking very pretty. The turntable helps a lot from keeping your hands from getting quite as dirty and painted, and also keeping your rock still. Okay, the next we're going to take the mix that we did with the yellow and the orange before, and I'm going to take a little bit smaller dotting side of this tool and put a little dot there. So I'm going around each one. You may not be able to see it until I turn it all the way around, but I will show you the stone when it's done, the finished stone. So I'm just placing a little dot in line with the other dots that we already previously did. And rather than trying to move my camera around, I'll show you at the end what it looks like. Okay, so all of those are done. The next color we're going to do is the yellow that we started with. I'm going to pour a little bit more of that into my tray. And I'm going to take the pink dot, no, I think I'm going to, yeah, the pink dotting end, the smallest end that I have, and put a little dot of yellow right in line with those other dots. So we're creating a little straight line in graduated colors from the bright red down to the yellow. And then the dots are also going down in size. And I did this on a black background. I painted the rock black to start with just to make these colors pop a little bit more. The natural color was gray and it would have been pretty, but I think it would be much prettier with the black background today. Okay, so those are all done. Now, I'm waiting for some of the dots to dry a little bit so I can add top dots on top just to brighten it up a little bit more even. I'd like to have the yellow. Okay, I wanted to add some yellow dots to my big red dots that are circled in white. And I wanted to wait for the paint to dry a little bit, which I did. Now I'm going to go back in and add a bright yellow dot in the middle of each one of these red dots, just to add a little bit more sunshine into the mandala. You can see how it changes the whole look of the mandala just to add top dots. So this is what I call adding top dots, by the way, and you're adding a dot of paint on top of a dot of paint. And that just changes the color a little bit on that. And then I want to go back, since I took some of the red off, I want to add some of the red on. So I'm going to take my smallest little dotting tool, which is the pink one, and I'm going to add some of the red, the pure red, onto the orange dots that are just above that. That one's not quite dry enough. I didn't wait very long, did I? So we'll see what we do with this, how this turns out. It's not very dry yet. You can see how it changes it a bit if you're painting onto a wet painted surface. It's a little more challenging. I'm just not patient enough to wait for the dots to dry today during my video process. Probably should have. Just wanted to add a little bit more color to this rock and a little more detail to it. There you go. So those are all done. I think I'm happy with that. And then I think I want to add one more little bit of color below the white circles. And I'm thinking maybe just, since red is the main color on here, I think I'll go with that corally orangey color because we haven't done a lot of that. So I'm just going to add one small dot under each of the little center white dots that we did before in the coral color. And I think that is going to complete our stone for the day when I'm done with this. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. The more subscriptions I get, the more YouTube thinks that you like it. So that helps me a lot to stay on. And also it gets more people. Please share the video with anyone you like. If you have kids or grandkids or children that you know of that would like to try this, that's fine. If you have any other adults that would like to try this, that would be great too. I think I'm done, guys. I think this is the finished product for today. I hope you enjoy this stone. I'll pick it up when it gets drier, but right now it's too wet to pick up. I can bring it a little closer to the camera if that helps at all. And I hope you have a good day. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment below if there's any other colors you would like me to work on. I'd really appreciate your info and your opinions on that and your comments and requests. I'm happy to help. Take care, have a great day, and stay safe. Enjoy your mandalas. Bye-bye.